Today is the 100th consecutive day of publishing a new video on this channel. What's the life lesson? What's the YouTube lesson? And what's the law of attraction lesson? I'm going to answer all these questions for you, so sit back, relax, and enjoy. This is the law of attraction like you've never heard it before. Hey, it's Andrew, otherwise known as that guy who wrote the last Law of Attraction book you'll ever need to read. And if you want to check out my book, you could very easily do so by going to lastlawofattractionbook.com, which will auto-forward to the Amazon listing. But first, today is the day. This is my 100th consecutive day of publishing content on this channel. I actually did it.
Son of a bitch did it.
This has obviously been a very long road, and it's been a very long 100 days. I mean, it's been a lot of fun, it's been very enjoyable, but it's been really long. And today's video is a little bit unique in that while most videos are all about my audience, and this one as well, I want to try and simultaneously serve any YouTubers who come upon this and maybe just might want to know what to expect if they're going to be doing a lot of videos all at once. What's it really going to be like? What's the journey like? What's the creative process like? What are the ups? What are the downs? I'm going to try to answer that, but also, while doing that, I'm hoping for those regular viewers, it also gives you a glimpse into what this process was really like so that you have a little extra perspective when you go back and watch some of those older videos. I mean, this was, it was quite a task. It really was. And one other thing I've got to be careful of, because I'm not a complainer, I don't like to do that, but it's going to be a little difficult in this video to actually describe the process without sounding like I'm complaining, because there were so many different twists and turns. So I'm just going to try to be as authentic in my description as possible, and hopefully it won't come off like all complaints, because obviously I wanted to do this, otherwise I would not have done this. But with that said, through whatever I say here, you definitely want to stick around till a little later on in the video, because there's actually a very powerful and very important law of attraction lesson that's waiting for you. Something that will hopefully shift your paradigm and your perspective just enough to give you a real huge, massive boost. So stick around. In fact, that's actually part of this process. It's been part of the process since the very beginning. Now, there's a number of things that kind of went into my decision to go forward with this, but one of the things was, if you actually pay attention to the progression of my channel and you look back to the beginning of the year, first month of the year, if I remember correctly, I published only one video. Second month, I published 0 videos. Third month, I think I got 1 or 2 in. And, that wasn't because I was lazy. It wasn't because I didn't want to. It was obviously because I run a business. I mean, I have a full life. I have a lot of responsibilities, a lot of commitments, a lot of priorities, a lot of things going on that doesn't leave room for quality on YouTube. I mean, I could very easily set up a camera and talk and stutter my way through something and flub and make mistakes and just put it up and not care. Or I can be who I am and be a little probably antsy about the whole thing and a little extra about the whole thing, and always try to make something as good as I can make it and really put that pressure to myself. And, I didn't want to put out any bad videos. So the idea of doing 100 consecutive days of videos when I have so many other things on my plate, it was daunting, but it kind of just came to me where I was reading about a 30-day challenge. A challenge of, if you're a YouTuber or you have stuff on YouTube, because I don't really consider myself a YouTuber, the challenge was, publish 30 straight days of videos. Publish videos every single day for 30 days. And it was very weird because as I was doing it, my brain always goes to like an extra level. And it was like, no, 60 days. And then a half a second later, 90 days. And I'm like, you know what? 100 days. It's like, as long as I'm doing this, let me do 100 full days. And boy, as soon as I made that decision and made that commitment, I knew it was going to be a long haul. But again, I was kind of excited to challenge myself in this way. I was excited to say, all right, what can I actually do here? Knowing that there were going to be twists and turns, knowing that there's going to be situations and times where it was a little bit more difficult to upload and record, knowing that there was going to be challenges in processing and editing things, knowing there's going to be unexpected things that I just could not anticipate until I got there. And the way this unfolded, there were just so many things, like I said, I couldn't anticipate. Like even the style of my videos changed. You probably noticed, at least I did, I got a little bit more serious in my videos. And it wasn't because I was a more serious person all of a sudden. It's because there were days where I was tired or days where it was coming down to the wire and I had to get things out. And my brain didn't just have enough room to play the way it usually plays. So there was not as much of a playfulness in certain videos. In fact, a lot more videos because it was just not occurring to me. And I didn't want to be like fake fun. I mean, when you see me silly on these other videos, that's just me being in a silly mood. I'm trying to be very authentic and very in the moment because I know that when you're doing that, whether it's law of attraction content or anything else, you're going to produce the best content and hopefully the most useful content for your audience. So if you notice the stylistic changes as much as I did, obviously, again, it's just a product of me going through this process and not having any kind of wiggle room. And, again, there are so many things that happen along the way behind the scenes that if only you knew, like, for example, that Dirty Dancing video that I put out, which I think, it's over 2 months now. It's all a blur. I got so much wonderful feedback and thank you for that. And people kind of commented how fun that video was. And if they only knew that was a second take, that was a second recording, because the first recording I did, I was adjusting to a brand new camera because also you'll tell along the way, I was trying to step up the audio. I was trying to step up the video. I was trying to step up my studio. I'm stepping up the book cover behind me, like everything. I was just trying to improve the quality more and more and more. And I bought a new camera and I didn't understand the settings. And in the middle of the first take, which honestly was so much more fun, it had so much better energy, it was so much funnier, the camera overheats and shuts itself off. So it was kind of like one of those things where like I knew that I was like in the middle of this golden moment and I kind of had to bite the bullet and I had to accept the fact that that would never see the light of day because the video never got completed. It just was what it was. But, when I was recording it, I was so in the flow, I was so in the moment. And you'll also probably notice that there were certain days where, I was more in the moment than others. And I didn't have the luxury of getting in the moment if I didn't have time to do it. I mean, again, I had to publish this every single day. I wanted to stick with my commitment. I didn't want to let you down. I didn't want to let myself down. I think a nice, easy, recent example, I think day 99 yesterday, I had a lot more energy. I was a lot more in the moment. The day before I struggled, and you might notice that. You look at the thumbnails I did. If you look at the thumbnail to day 90, I am tired. And in fact, I chose to keep that photo up in there as an example, kind of like as a little historical evidence of there were days where I was just so tired. You can see it on my face in the thumbnail for that video. But I just wanted to get through it in the sense of I wanted to keep putting out that content. And obviously I had this challenge and the struggle of, at one point am I too tired that I'm not actually producing good content? So my solution to that was putting this first above all else. I said no to certain opportunities. I technically probably made a lot less money in my company. I basically said, listen, no matter what, the first thing I'm getting done, well, the first thing I'm getting done is my manifestation method every day, but that's only 5 minutes, again, by design, which is why I always tell you 5 minutes is all you need. I got that done no matter what. But after that, it was my YouTube video. It was making sure that there would be content uploaded by the next day to keep this 100-day challenge going for myself. Then everything came after, and there were certain situations where someone wanted me in on a project, and I just knew that I couldn't give my all to that project and all to the YouTube channel at the same time, so I stuck with my commitment. And P.S., as a law of attraction author, as someone who tells you, take inspired action, this was inspired action, but in the midst of the inspired action, there were days where I just didn't want to do it, and I did it anyway, so I technically broke my own rules there. And I want to be clear about that. Whenever you're making a certain commitment, you have to make certain choices and decisions on what's going to happen, your health, your energy, all those different things. Me, again, I know myself pretty well and I balance and I manage myself pretty well. So even if it was a struggle, it was never a situation where I was in danger of burning out because I know what that's like. I've been through that years ago. I figured myself out enough to know that I was going to make it through and it was going to be okay. And even on those days where I was a little tired, I was still very excited about doing this. There was no topic I covered. There was no video that I did where I didn't want to present that content. In fact, that was the frustration. I always wanted to do better. You take a look at my book. It's very interesting because, artists can be perfectionists and they can look back on things that they did. I have no regrets about this book whatsoever. And the reason that I have no regrets about the book is when I was writing it, I had the luxury of being able to move words around and sentences around and ideas around. And it was very easy. It was very malleable. And the thing about these videos is nothing is malleable. You record something and then you want to redo it. And then you got to think, well, okay, what's the sentence that I said before that? How's this working? Like, it's very easy to lose your train of thought, especially someone like me who my brain goes really fast. I talk really fast to try to keep up with it. And then, sometimes something goes wrong and goes off the rails and I have to start over. Even already in this video, I'm not sure how many awkward edits you might have noticed, but if there are awkward skips, it means I lose my place of thought in my mind, or I just stutter step something as I'm saying it or something else, and I've got to start over. And I'm trying to seamlessly put it together so that the idea that I'm trying to present still is easily consumable for you and hopefully easy content to watch, hopefully enjoyable content to watch. I mean, you can imagine just getting on a roll and really just saying all these things and you're in the flow and you're in the mix, and then you get thirsty and you have to stop your train of thought and stop your presentation and take a drink of water. Otherwise, the rest of the presentation, the rest of the video is going to suffer. So there's always compromises. And I know that these must seem like really silly and stupid things, but when you're the person creating content and you just want it to be as best as possible for your audience, these little things stand out and they matter. So for any YouTubers out there watching this, and knowing that you're going to put yourself in for 100 days or whatever it might be, just understand that there are going to be compromises that you need to make, and you need to make a decision of whether you're happy with the content. Again, me, I always know that I'm happy enough that I'm putting out the content that I want to. And fortunately, if you look back on these videos, the reception, people's feedback, people's reaction to the videos has been overwhelmingly positive. And that's something to really be grateful for, because some YouTubers, they get a lot of hate, they get a lot of nonsense. I am so grateful for my audience that they are enjoying the content. Even on those days where they might not realize it, I'm a little tired and I'm struggling to put my words and my sentences together. Even this video, I'm like, do I do this video when I'm tired? Do I do it when I'm like wide awake? Like, what is the best representation of my journey energetically in this process? And basically, I kind of scrapped that and said, you know what? I'm up to day 100. Let me just record this, whether I'm tired or not. So I'm kind of like in the middle right now, and I'm just putting that out for you. And I'm hoping that this content is useful and that it's landing for you. Again, this is me trying to give you my backstage pass to what this was like, but also knowing this is a law of attraction lesson, or law of attraction video rather. I've got a law of attraction lesson, a really important takeaway waiting for you at the end of this. But let's keep going. Let's answer the question of, did I do this for YouTube success, or did I do this for likes or anything like that? And the funny answer is no, I didn't. And here's the thing. People assume that if you're doing a video every single day, it's for the growth of the channel. But there are other considerations. You have to consider, are you fatiguing your audience by giving them video after video after video after video? Is it a healthier thing to do once or twice a week, or even 3 times a week? Is it healthier to publish once a week? Like, there are things where people might assume like, oh, Andrew's just doing this to make more money. To be honest, I'm making a lot less money in the time recording these videos than what I could do with my business, just because fortunately I've worked myself to a place where I understand business, I understand my business really well, and also because of the law of attraction, I lean into abundance. So I made this conscious choice, this conscious decision to kind of not make as much money in order to do this. And again, at the end of this video, I'll explain why I'm really doing it. But all I'm saying is, don't assume anyone's motivation to be what it might be, given whatever you're watching. I did not do this to grow my channel. In fact, when you look at it, the channel's not grown that much in these 100 days. And I know why. I mean, again, when I'm too tired to make the right kinds of thumbnails that I know will attract more people that are new to this, people that have not heard about me, when I'm too tired to write better subject headings and better content, like, I understand that I can technically be making more viral videos. I mean, closer to viral videos. Content that's going to get more people that have not heard about me. And I'm going to do that after this. Again, I just want to do this, but all I knew was my bandwidth, my level of energy, I couldn't accomplish that the way I wanted to. Instead, I just had to make sure that I was producing the right content, covering these topics, and also breaking rules. I mean, I understand that, a YouTube channel about the law of attraction is going to take off more if you only talk about money. But I didn't just want to talk about money. I wanted to give my audience something deeper and something extra. I wanted to answer their questions. I wanted to give them new perspectives. I wanted to add that level of clarity that most people don't get and most people don't give in this space. And I'm really hoping I accomplished that. I'm really hoping that I was consistent in my message, but also that the ease of the message was consistent. And, again, there are topics that I cover here that a YouTube algorithm is not going to, it's not going to hate it, but it's not going to appreciate it either. And for me, I just wanted to make good content for my audience that they can go back to. I want a situation where if someone emails me and they're like, Andrew, what do? I don't know. Rather than having to write out a whole long response, I can say, you know what? I already covered that for you. Here's the video. Please enjoy and have that answer their question. You know, there were also days where there was a lot of background noise. I mean, right now, I always wonder, like, how's the microphone picking it up? There is lawn work being done outside the studio. Loud blowers, loud machines, it's always going on. I kind of like grit my teeth and I try to record through it, and hopefully your mic, hopefully the microphone and you are not picking this up. But there's frustrations where sometimes I'm in the middle of a wonderful presentation and the blower gets like really close. So again, there are so many twists and turns, so many things that are unexpected. Amping up your microphone, amping up your camera, amping up, your approach and your style for delivering the content so that you can continue and maintain that streak of 100 days or whatever you might do. So, again, I'm starting to go all over the place here. So I'm going to switch directions really soon. But I just wanted to kind of impart on you that so much more love and care went into this than you might realize. It was really important to me that this content was useful to you. It was really important that you can get something out of every single video, that there was never an off day, that I never phoned in one of these videos, that I never took the time off and said, you know what, whether it's short or long video, it was never a thing where I was going to be like, you know what, I'm just going to get through this and throw it out there and not care. Every video I put out here, I really cared, and I really hope that came across for you. Now, I'm hoping real quick that this will serve as an inspiration for you to know that you can do things. Again, don't do something in opposition to your energy. Don't drain yourself. But if you are inspired, please give yourself permission to push in that direction and keep going through the process. And with that in mind, comment below. I can do anything I want for at least 100 days. Comment that below. I can do anything I want for at least 100 days, because you can. Because this isn't just about me. This is about you also. This is hopefully a nice, shining example that you can do whatever you want, whether it's YouTube, whether it's writing a chapter for a book, or whatever it might be, whether it's any kind of endeavor that you want to engage in. Just know that there is so much more inside of you than you realize. And when you challenge yourself to do that, you might be very, very pleasantly surprised. And as always, that comment or any other positive comment, any comment about, what you've thought about these past 100 days, anything, any comment you put down, that'll get you entered into this month's contest, where one lucky winner will walk away with lifetime access to Gravity of the Cosmos, my advanced level, full immersion guided program for manifesting your every desire through the law of attraction. You can learn more about the program by going to gravityofthecosmos.com, and that's got a free training on 3 secrets for manifesting your desires faster than you ever thought possible. Or you can just as easily check out my book, The Last Law of Attraction book you'll ever need to read. It's got a link to special bonuses, one of which includes the first few days of Gravity of the Cosmos, free of charge. And you can check this book out by going to lastlawofattractionbook.com, which will auto forward to the listing on Amazon. And now, anyone who's been watching knows that this is the part of the video where I give a review. I spotlight some feedback, and I've usually done only Amazon or Audible. I've got a really special one I want to show you today, and I'm going to actually link to it. It's a blog post that Kristen Becker made very recently, and I'm going to read one paragraph from it. I want you to go to her page and read the whole thing, and I'm so grateful for this feedback, but to read this one section of this post that Kristen made on my book. In my vast experience, many law of attraction teachings inadvertently leave you still focused on the feeling of lack because you are motivated from a place of lack, trying to get into a place of abundance. In psychology, this is known as avoidance motivation. You are motivated by your desire to avoid pain and suffering. This perspective keeps you not only in the vibration of lack, but also keeps your subconscious mind primed to filter and process experiences to keep you aligned with that state. What Andrew teaches is based on approach motivation. When you use an approach motivation, you continue to move toward the desired stimulus while consistently aligning yourself more and more with the feelings and experiences associated with the desired outcome or goal. This process not only gets you into the desired feeling state, but also programs your subconscious mind to move you toward your goals on autopilot. Kristen, well, first of all, there's a lot more to that review. I hope everyone will read it. Again, I will link that in the description of this video. But Kristen, thank you so much. And I got to tell you, I read that review and I only had one reaction. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I can't begin to tell you how grateful I am that you kind of got that out of my message. You're the first person that actually noticed I was taking the content and the vibe and the energy in that direction in service to the reader. So thank you for being you. Thank you for leaving that feedback, and thank you for reading the book. I really appreciate it. And now for the long-awaited law of attraction lesson that I really wanted to share with you here through what I'm doing, because again, you'll notice I could have done a fitness challenge, which I'm probably going to do for myself, or I could have done something else, but I actually chose instead to publish YouTube content, to publish video day after day after day after day, which, by the way, I didn't even mention this part yet. Think of all the hours of recording and of editing, because I did the editing myself. I didn't trust somebody else with the editing. I wanted to make sure that however this footage was edited, based on what I recorded, it was the most useful version of that recording for you. All the days I pushed myself, all the days I kind of broke my own rules of pushing myself more than I should, of videos where I was starting to lose my voice because I was talking so much. In fact, even right now, I don't know how my voice sounds right now. I am struggling with it, but I want to get to the end of this video. I've been recording a long time. I just want to get this part for you because this is so important. So the law of attraction lesson for you here is, if I can do this, if I can do 100 consecutive days of publishing content, all the recording, all the editing, all the twists, all the turns, all the challenges, all the upgrades to the audio and the video and the background, all the things I had to say no to, all the times I was tired, all the days that it actually literally went to the wire, all the times that I had to make sure that everything was working seamlessly. If I can do all that, and I can show up every single day, and you could see me showing up every single day you saw me there, every single day there's a new video. You can scroll down my feed right now. Starting June 1st to September 8th, there was a video every single day. If I could do all that, what is stopping you from 5 minutes? 5 minutes of a method that you actually enjoy. 5 minutes of a manifesting method that you look forward to. 5 minutes of fun. 5 minutes of positive emotion. If I can go through this and I can be this living, breathing example of gritting my teeth and just getting through it, what's to stop you from changing your life through just 5 minutes a day of manifesting methods? This is my way of showing you, if I could do this, there's nothing stopping you. You can do this now. You can do these manifesting methods 5 minutes a day, and just understand, you have no idea the kind of benefits that are waiting for you on the end of that, so long as you do them with an open mind. And what I mean by that is, do it with the sense of, I am going to welcome the universe to pleasantly surprise me. I'm not worried about the timing of getting what I want. I'm not worried about the how of getting what I want. I'm not worried about any of that. I know it's on the way, and all I'm going to do is feel good for 5 minutes a day and let that pick up my energetic momentum as I move through my life. And regardless of all my circumstances, I'm going to enjoy my life as much as possible in the moment. That is my takeaway for you here. That is why I did this. This was basically my grand artistic vision of, I'm going to just show up every day in a way that's impossible to not notice. In fact, again, like if I did a workout challenge, hopefully, you'd see the structure of my face, it's getting thinner, getting more defined. Like, okay, Andrew's doing something, but you would not have seen me showing up every day. I showed up every single day because you can show up every day in a much easier fashion. You don't have to record videos for 20 or 40 minutes. You don't have to edit videos for 5 or 10 hours. You don't have to work through something that's uncomfortable or something that's challenging when you're just so tired. You can do something and you can lean into something that's fun, that's positive, that's really beneficial to you. So please take this as my demonstration for you. My plea to you, 5 minutes of something you really enjoy a day. Gratitude, visualization, scripting, whatever it might be. If I can do this, you can do that. Now, an obvious question becomes, where do we go from here? What's my publishing schedule going to be like? Well, just to put one more cherry on the top, I will definitely be back tomorrow with a video. I'll be back with something for you. And then I don't know, maybe I'll be back the next day. Maybe I'll start publishing twice a week, 3 times a week. I'm not sure. All I know is I do need to decompress a little bit. So there will be a couple days here and there where I'm not doing something. I'm not sure about the length, simply because I know that when I give myself that space, that emotional and physical space, I know that my videos are going to get a lot better for you. So if you don't see me every single day now as the next couple weeks unfold, just know it's because I'm trying to make even better content for you. And sometimes that means not doing something every day. I mean, doing a method for 5 minutes a day, that's one thing. But when you're talking about a creative endeavor, sometimes you need to give your mind space to kind of like decompress and just have a new level of enthusiasm that you can put back into it. So just know that whatever my publishing schedule becomes now, I have not forgotten about you. I will be back tomorrow, and I will be consistent in some way, shape, or form that I will figure out as time goes by. I don't know what it's going to be yet, but I'm going to figure it out. And in the meantime, the whole point of this is, this is supplemental information. You've got everything you need in my book. I designed it that way. I designed this book to give you everything that you need. So just know that this is always there for you. All these videos I've put out are there for you, and all the stuff that I put out in the future will be there for you. And again, I'm kind of like almost at the end of this video. I can kind of feel my energy starting to dip. So let's kind of like get to the end here. In fact, as you've been noticing in all the prior videos leading up to this, well, not all of them, but certainly the last month, is I like to conclude things with a thought of the day that I really hope will serve you and help you manifest the life of your dreams that much more easily. And really the energy of today's thought is that really this is all about you. You are basically your reason for doing what you're going to do. You're the person that's going to get you through those 5 minutes, which is going to help you manifest all the things that you want. So with that in mind, this is a quote from an Aerosmith song from like, I don't know, 25, 26, 27 years ago. It's all a blur. But the quote is as follows. The thought of the day is just your reminder that that light at the end of the tunnel, that tunnel that you've been going towards, that light might be you. In fact, it is you. You are the light at the end of your tunnel. You are the person calling to yourself to improve your life and to enjoy more things and to manifest all those things that you want the most. You are your own light. Be that person, recognize it, embrace it, and watch what happens. Thank you so much for watching. I know this was an imperfect video. I know they were all imperfect videos, and that was the point. And by the way, if you want to show support for this journey, for this channel, for what I'm doing, I set up a page at buymeacoffee.com. So you can feel free to check that out right there. You know, give a little support, but if not, you can just as very easily hit that like button on this video right now. Just liking the video, just letting YouTube know that you like it. Just commenting a positive sentiment below, anything like that. I so appreciate that. I so appreciate your support. I so appreciate that you've been watching this whole way. I so appreciate everyone that comes on after this and sees this video, and this is the first video that you're seeing, and that you go back and you watch the other ones, you watch the future ones. I appreciate everyone. I appreciate the probably by now 75,000 readers that picked up my book. All the people that have been telling people about the book and about this channel and everything. I really do this for you. This is a passion of mine for you. I am here to serve you and help you out because that's what this world is all about. I mean, it sounds cliche, but I don't care. This is about serving and knowing that you're making the world a better place. And you help me. You inspire me to try to do that on my own, in my own way. So thank you so much. We did it.
We did it!
We are at the end of this thing. 100 videos in 100 days. Who knows what the future might bring? All I know is that I'll be there doing my best to have it unfold in the best possible way. And I'll look forward to hopefully having you there with me. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you next time.